Hey, what's up, guys? This is Coach Tex. Remember, DFW Penguin Basketball, penguinhoops.com, guys. Today, I want to talk about a very important topic. But before we get into it, guys, if you feel like you're getting anything from these videos, hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, co-workers, friends of the family that have children that play sports as well. Man, feel free. If you got anything from this video, you think it was beneficial to you at all, or is this common knowledge that you think they would like to hear from a coaching standpoint of youth sports, and you value my opinion and you value my knowledge, please pass this video along. Share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram, whatever you may want to do, or just send it to them directly via phone, text, or whatever. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the importance of winning in youth sports. Is it very, very important? Is it kind of important? Or is it not important at all? Me, honestly, I have mixed feelings about it. My main thing that I've noticed over my decade of coaching youth basketball and youth sports period is that winning at a certain age, or winning up until a certain point, is not very important. Okay? Winning at a high level is important. When I say high level, I mean like varsity basketball, things of that nature. But up until your kid gets to varsity, okay, and plays, and even on varsity, the games that matter the most are district games. You can lose every single preseason game and go 0-18 in the preseason and win enough games to make it to the playoffs and go on a good playoff run and win the whole thing. It just depends. Guys, so winning is important, but only to a certain extent. I want to talk about what I think is important involved in winning. And number one, okay, guys, my big thing that I've learned in life, period, as a human being, as a kid, as an adult, as a young adult, as a 35-year-old man, is repetition is the father of skill. Good repetition, correct repetition of doing anything in life. Okay? If you do that correctly, if you do something correctly for a long, extended period of time, and you do it a lot of times, and you do that correctly, you will get better at it. And once you do that, you will gain confidence because of those reps. You will be confident at the amount of work you've put in. And if someone asks you, can you do that task that you've been doing repeatedly for a long amount of time the correct way, you will have confidence that you can do it, right? And from a basketball standpoint, okay, number one, development. Okay, development and correct reps are the most important thing in sports. Guys, getting good reps in practice. Getting good reps in games, not going half speed, not going 50%, not going 20%, but giving it your all. Even if your all is someone else's, if your 100% is someone else's 50, if you're giving it 100% and doing it correctly, if your coach is giving you reps at practice that reflect what will happen in a game, which is something that I'm really big on. I'm really big on trying to make game situations and coaching them about game situations and giving them repetitions of how things may go in games, talking to them, conversing with them, and letting them know of the variables that may happen in games, and just preparing their mind to understand what can happen in games is very important. Guys, I'll give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. Now, some coaches, they never do that. They're more focused on skill work. They're focused on dribbling. They're working on stationary drills, stuff that looks good to parents that aren't really basketball savvy or aren't really knowledgeable of the sport that their kid is playing. So to a parent that may be watching practice, it may look like they're really doing a whole lot of different things, but they're not getting game reps. And in games, they can't convert those skills, or they can't convert their knowledge, or they can't convert those workouts into game scenarios. So prime example, I was coaching a practice yesterday, and my team practiced for 2 hours. Okay, what I like to do with my skill, even if I'm doing drill work, I'm doing drill work that pertains to games. So we're doing moves or doing drills or doing skill work that pertains to drills that they're going to actually do in the game. And what I'm big on is having guys do stuff when they're moving, like dribbling drills where they're moving up the floor or with a dummy defensive partner or things of that nature. The coach next to me, which I played for him, I played against him a bunch of times, and he has a bunch of really good athletes that if they were playing for me and under my system, they would be a whole lot better. But based on the drills that he runs in practice, which this was my first time getting the chance to see him in action coaching, I can see why his players aren't playing well. And what's funny is a lot of his players that he have are a lot more talented, athletic, bigger, and faster than my guys. But we get them every time because of the reps that I give them, which are real game reps. But what this coach was doing at practice, he did a lot of stationary dribbling drills where they were dribbling in place, dribbling through their legs in place, doing defensive slides and things of that nature at practice for a whole hour, which to me, in my mind, when you're developing a kid, is a bunch of wasted time because they don't get anything from that visually or mentally that they can apply in games. So it's just kind of like, to me, it's just like if I'm learning how to type on a keyboard, I'm learning my home row keys, right? I'm learning how to type on the keyboard on the computer, and I'm in the third grade, right? Or second grade or whatever it may be. And for the first week of school of this class, all the teacher did was teach us the home row. Now, on Friday, the teacher's asking us to type, 40 words a minute in sentences. Well, if I've never had repetition of me typing sentences, I won't know how to move my fingers correctly from the home row to the other letters on the keyboard to write a sentence, if that makes any sense. So if all we've been working on is home row, the basic stuff, basic fundamentals, which is nothing wrong with that, but we never go over stuff that I'm going to actually do. Like the whole point of learning how to type on the keyboard is to write sentences and paragraphs, correct? So if we never get any reps of what to do in the actual game, it's not going to work, right? So that's one thing I'm really big on. I know I took a long time with that one, but that's number one. Getting correct reps in games, in practice, okay, scrimmages, things of that nature that develop your kid into a better player in actual games. Number two, okay, does your kid want to win games? Okay, some kids don't really even care about winning or losing. Okay, and that's something that comes from either taking bad losses or the desire to compete. Some kids are different. Some kids don't care about it. Some kids just want to be on the team. Some kids want to win and they get upset when they lose. Everything is different. So the importance of winning all, kind of reflects on your kid. And if your kid is upset about losing, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to quit because they don't like losing and try to join another team or totally quit the sport, or they're going to work to get better to be able to contribute to the wins and losses a lot more. Number three, okay, once they get a taste of winning, even if your kid has been on a team that's been losing a lot and they finally win their first game or they get close to winning their first game, okay, once your kid gets a taste of what it's like to win, it's a whole lot easier to motivate them to want to win and work towards winning, okay? That's kind of self-explanatory, but today, like I said, we're talking about the importance of winning games, and the importance of winning or getting close to winning is to get your kids' desire and get that fire under them that they want to play. And number four, okay, guys, losing games early builds characters, builds a kid's character, okay? It builds characters with the team, it builds character with the coach, it builds character with parents. If you're on a team that as soon as your kid joins the team, he automatically jumps on this team that's been winning all this time, okay? And, they always win games because they have really good players. It's been real easy to them. Your kid is not going to appreciate that as much as he would if he was on the losing team and they got better and he's contributing to their team more. Because a lot of guys I have, they're all about winning games and stuff from third grade up until seventh grade and they don't care about their kids' development and growth as a player individually until it's tryout time. And then a lot of guys that I know that have been playing against me on other teams or playing against my teams on other teams, okay, they know the difference, but their kid is so focused on being on a winning team. And now they're saying, okay, well, hey, these kids that are in my son's school are catching up to him. I need to do something about it. I need to put him with Coach Tex or with another coach that does really good development so I can prepare him for trials. But You know, the harsh reality of that is, you know, if that player or their parent had their kid with me from third grade up, they wouldn't have to worry about that. They would already be in position and know the different skills and drills and understanding the game and have the knowledge and jargon of the game, you know, programmed into them where, you know, trying out for the school team would be a lot easier. So, guys, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to go over those few things. I hope you guys got something from it. If you felt like you did, man, feel free to pass that along to someone else that you feel that may be beneficial or may get something that this video may be beneficial to. All right? Guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later.